Hello, my friends. Welcome to Junk Journal July. Actually, I've been doing pretty good with that, but it just flew out of my mouth. Anyway, Junk Journal July. Today's prompt is favorite supply. And I got to tell you that by far, hands down, my favorite supply is paper. I love paper. I love decorative paper. I love different kinds of paper. I like wax paper. I like vellum paper. I like tissue paper. But I love scrapbook pads. And of course, I love books. So I love the paper in the books and pictures and all of that. So that makes it super easy for me today because I'm just going to have fun making a page using paper. So it's an easy prompt for me. So we're just going to enjoy this process. Today is day 18, and this collab is hosted by Meg of Meg Journals and co-hosted by Get Messy Art. You can jump in if you want to. And just so you know, they have a list of specific collaborators on their channels, which are linked in my description box. Now, I want to tell you, I've been wanting to use this beach paper here. It's got all the pretty blues in it. And finally, I'm getting to. But I was delighted to have to cut this paper because it had these mountains in the background. You can see a little bit of them. But at the top of the paper, there was a lot more of the mountain image. And it had like this grass on it, which looked like... Oh, it was so uncomfortable for me. It looked like, in the summertime, you're walking around and you get those prickly things in your feet, or cactus has prickly things on them. Well, that's what the grass, here it is right here. Here it is right here. I'm cutting it. And I hate it so much. And hate is a strong word, but let me tell you, I don't like it at all. So I was glad to be able to cut it and not have it on the actual page. Now, that being said, I am going to take this piece and, make it into a note card, but I'm going to use other paper to cover a lot of it so I don't have to look at the supposed grass. I'm pretty much trying to figure out what I want to cover it with, but I'm going to end up choosing this pretty lemon paper. And that way it will this tag will coordinate with the page next door to it. And that page I did when we had the prompt torn. And I tore it and I inked it up, and that was a lot of fun to do that page. So going to do the same thing here. I'm going to tear it. And I'm going to get this onto this tag and cover up some of that stuff that just makes me so uncomfortable. I've got that glued on. Now I'm just cutting it. Sometimes there's a little bit hanging over the edge, so I'm just doing a little cleanup on that. Then I'm going to go ahead and ink it. I've got a cut apart here, and it says Hello Sunshine. So I think that is a perfect piece to go ahead and put on top of this tag. I'm marking the tag, but I'm actually marking it not to cut it. I'm marking it to where not to put glue. And I'm using my clothespin to sort of emboss it. That's probably the wrong word, but I'm basically marking it so that it'll bend easy. And that way I will not put the glue over those edges. And so that when I go to cut it, once I get it onto the card, I always cut after. I don't cut before I put stuff on my cards because the chances of me getting a perfect cut are truly very slim. So I just go ahead and glue it, and then I cut it using the edge of the cards as my guide. So that's why I did that, in case you were wondering. I've mentioned in a few videos that I got to go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby because I had some gift cards. And I got to pick up some things that I wanted. And I didn't really have a plan when I went in. I knew I needed some more heavy cardstock. But beyond that, I didn't have a plan. Well, I did know that I wanted some pink ink, which I did get, so that made me super happy. But I also found I don't have any blue ink, and so I found this pad, and it's sort of well, you can see it's not like navy blue. It's more aqua blue, and but deep and rich. And I was like, you know what? I don't have anything like that. So I got that, and it works with blue and green. So I used it around this tag, and I think it looks great. The last thing I need to do is embellish this pocket. And you can see I have these cut aparts from the scrapbook kit. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to see if I can find one or two that I can fit on top of that pocket. I've decided to do 3 layers, and so I'm going to start with a piece of yellow cardstock, and then on top of that I'm going to put this white and blue check cardstock, which I love. I love check, I love gingham, I don't know why, but I do. They make me happy. And then I think I'm going to try to find a coordinating one of those little 2x2 squares to put on there. I have chosen one that says "Make Things Happen." Now that this page has come together so nicely, I'm looking at the page with the lemons on it, and I'm realizing now that I want to go ahead and put something on that giant pocket. So I've got this scrap piece of the white and blue check. I'm going to use that. And then I cut out another one of the little squares, and I'm going to glue that on to this piece with check. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the pocket with the lemons on it. I think it'll pop really nice if I mount it on this red square. So we'll have 3 small layers, nothing overwhelming, and then it'll help it to coordinate with the tag that's actually inside of the lemon pocket. Friends, I sure appreciate you coming by today and checking out this page. And I want to let you know, if you're following along and watching every video, you are amazing, and I truly do appreciate that. Thanks for watching. See you soon.